I was scrolling through my feed this morning, and I swear, every third post is someone with skin that looks just inhuman.
Inhuman in a good way, I hope.
Oh, in the best way. I mean, it looks like a literal pane of glass. It's translucent, it's somehow reflecting light, and it honestly makes my own skincare routine feel a little inadequate.
You were talking about the glass skin phenomenon. That's the holy grail of K-beauty.
It is. And usually when I see these things, I just assume it's a filter or really good lighting or maybe just being 22. But the more I dug into this, the more I kept seeing one specific name popping up. RIMAN. Specifically a line called Inseldom.
It's not just popping up, it's absolutely dominating. In Korea, this brand is a juggernaut. We're talking, over 52 awards, 20 patents, and sales figures that are, frankly, hard to wrap your head around.
Wow.
But what's so interesting is that it's finally hitting the U.S. market in a really big way.
And that is where the confusion starts. Because when a brand gets this big this fast, the marketplace gets messy. I tried to look for it, and I found it on, 5 different sites at 5 different price points, some with these weird long shipping times. It just felt like the Wild West.
That is the biggest hurdle with high-end K-beauty. It's what people call the gray market. You have unauthorized sellers, counterfeits.
Counterfeits.
Oh, absolutely. Products that look real, but they just aren't.
That is terrifying. If I'm putting something on my face, I want to know it's not just, expensive dish soap in a fancy bottle.
Right.
So here is the plan for today. We have pulled the official product data, the patent filings for their ingredients, and the actual purchasing guides from a site called kbeauty-usa.com. We're going to break down the top 5 essentials you need for this routine, explain the actual science, no fluff, and then tell you exactly how to buy it without getting scammed.
And we really need to get into the botany, because the science here it's just wild.
It really is. So let's start with the elephant in the room, or maybe the giant plant in the room. The sources keep mentioning this patented ingredient called Giant Pool.
Yes. Pool.
I have to admit, when I first read that Giant Pool, I laughed. It sounds like a swimming pool for giants.
I get that.
Or just a marketing gimmick, like, oh, it's not just regular aloe, it's super aloe. Is there actually a difference here, or is giant just a branding word?
So in this case, the size is actually a biological indicator of potency. Bangpool is just the Korean name for Centella Asiatica.
Oh, I've heard of that. Tiger grass.
Tiger grass, go-to colas, yeah. You've probably seen it in Sika creams. It's been used in traditional medicine for literally thousands of years to heal wounds.
Right. Sika creams are everywhere. So what makes RIMAN's version so special?
It's the strain and the soil. They cultivate this specific patented strain exclusively on Jeju Island.
Jeju Island. That's the big volcanic island, right?
Exactly. It's a UNESCO World Natural Heritage Site. The soil there is volcanic ash, which is incredibly rich in minerals. It's like a superfood buffet for plants. And because of that environment, this specific strain of Centella grows to be massive. The leaves are significantly larger than the standard plant.
Okay, but I have to play devil's advocate here. Usually when produce gets huge, like those giant strawberries you see at the supermarket, they taste like water.
Right, they lose their flavor.
Yeah. Does giant just mean watered down?
That's the intuitive thought, but the data here shows the exact opposite. Because it's not growing large from excess water, it's growing large from nutrient density. RIMAN's own analysis shows that this giant young pool has a much higher polyphenol content.
More antioxidants.
Way more antioxidant activity than standard Centella. It's just densely packed. And there was this collaborative study done with Seoul National University. Think of them as the Ivy League of Korea, and they looked at what this extract actually does to human skin cells. They found a significant anti-wrinkle effect, but the stat that really caught my eye was about something called MMP1.
MMP1. Okay, you're going to have to translate that for us.
Think of MMP1 as a tiny pair of molecular scissors inside your skin. It stands for matrix metalloproteinase 1.
Okay.
Its job, unfortunately for us, is to cut apart your collagen fibers. It is the enzyme primarily responsible for the breakdown of collagen that leads to wrinkles and sagging.
So MMP1 is the bad guy. It's like little Pac-Man eating my collagen.
That is a terrifying, a very accurate metaphor, yes. And the study showed that the Giant Pool extract offers twice the reduction in MMP1 activity compared to regular Centella.
Twice the reduction. So it's basically putting a muzzle on the Pac-Man.
Exactly. It's preserving the structural integrity of your skin. And that's the core philosophy here. K-beauty, and especially RIMAN, isn't about scrubbing the surface until it shines. It's about feeding the deeper layers so the health just radiates outward.
Okay, I am sold on the plant. I want the giant beam pool. But you can't just, rub a leaf on your face.
Right.
We need to talk about the routine. The outline breaks this down into a top 5 list, starting with the cleansing step. And looking at the notes, we're washing our face twice.
We are. This is the non-negotiable foundation of the glass skin look. The double cleanse.
I feel like a lot of people, myself included, try to cheat this step. I use a face wipe or I just use one cleanser and scrub really hard. Why do I need 2 different products?
Because you have 2 totally different types of debris on your face. Product number 1 is the Incel Derm Moisture Cleansing Oil. This is for the oil-based gunk, your makeup, your sunscreen, and your own sebum.
And water doesn't really touch that.
Exactly. Oil dissolves oil. If you try to use a water-based cleanser on modern sunscreen, you're just pushing it around. But here is the specific instruction for this product that most people mess up. You have to apply it to dry skin.
Wait, so dry hands, dry face.
Yes. If you add water too early, you completely dilute the solvent effect. You massage this oil in, and the recommendation is for a full 60 seconds.
60 seconds is a long time when you're just standing at the sink staring at yourself.
It is, but think about how engineered modern sunscreen is. It is designed to stay on. You need that full minute of, mechanical action and chemical dissolving to actually break down those UV filters.
Okay, so we massage for a minute, we look like a greased up mess, and then what?
Then you add a little water. It emulsifies, turns milky white, and it rinses totally clean. Now your surface is clear, but your pores, not yet. That brings us to product number 2, the Snow Enzyme Cleanser.
Snow Enzyme is a very fairy tale kind of name.
The texture is unique. It comes out as a clear gel, but as you work it, it creates this incredibly dense, thick foam. But the magic word here is enzyme.
How is that different from a physical scrub? I'm used to, apricot pits or something.
Those are physical exfoliants. They can actually cause micro tears in the skin.
Yeah.
Enzymes are chemical exfoliants. They work by digesting the little bonds between dead skin cells. It's like after your dead skin cells are bricks glued together, a scrub tries to smash the bricks with a hammer.
Right.
Enzymes just dissolve the glue so the bricks fall away naturally.
That sounds so much safer. And there's a hack for this one in the notes, right? A tip.
Yes, the mini mask. Because it uses enzymes, you shouldn't just rinse it off immediately. You let that thick foam sit on your face for about 60 seconds.
So another minute. We're spending some time at the sink.
Yes, but it's worth it. You let the enzymes do their work, eat the dead skin, it deep cleans the pores without any harsh scrubbing, then you rinse.
Love that. Makes washing your face feel like a treatment, not a chore.
And the sources also mention a cleansing powder wash, which has papain enzyme from papaya. That's a great alternative to swap in maybe 2 or 3 times a week if you feel you need a deeper exfoliation. But the Snow Enzyme is your daily driver.
Okay, we are double cleansed, our face is naked. Now we get to the part that I think is the most famous part of this line. Products number 3 and 4. The Boosie Boo Ritual.
This is the absolute heart of the RIMAN glow.
I have to say, Boosie Boo is really fun to say, but what does it actually mean?
It's an acronym for the order of application of what they call the Dermatology First Package. BOO stands for booster, C stands for serum, and then...
Do for booster again.
You got it. Boosie Boo.
It's a skincare sandwich.
Correct. You spray the booster, let it absorb, apply the serum, then spray the booster again to lock it in.
Why? Why not just mix them in your hand and slap it on? Why all the layering?
Okay. This is where we have to get a little technical. We have to talk about the delivery system. The sources highlight microfluidizer technology and liposomes.
Okay, I hear liposome in every skincare commercial these days.
Yeah.
It really feels like a buzzword. Is this actually doing anything, or is it just fancy marketing?
In this case, it is absolutely crucial. Think about your skin for a second. Its primary job is to keep things out. It's a barrier. Imagine your pores are like a chain link fence.
Okay, I'm picturing a fence.
Most cosmetic molecules are like basketballs. You can throw them at the fence, but they are way too big. They just bounce off or sit on the surface. That's why some creams feel greasy. They are literally sitting on top of the fence.
So they never actually get in to do the work.
Exactly. RIMAN uses something called a microfluidizer, which is basically a high-pressure particle collider for ingredients to process everything. They smash these active ingredients down into nano-sized liposomes.
So they turn the basketballs into, what, marbles?
Even smaller, like sand grains. But these sand grains are soft and flexible. And these liposomes encapsulate the giant Beyond pool extract and all the amino acids. Because they are so small and so flexible, they can slip right through the chain link fence of your pores and travel deep into the dermis.
And that's where they burst open and release the good stuff.
Yes, they deliver the payload where it actually matters.
So back to Busibu. The first spray of booster, that's like opening the gates.
The liquid booster prepares the skin and starts the hydration process. Then you apply the serum, which is packed with all these liposomes. Then that second spray of the booster acts as a sealant and actually helps push everything further down.
You're like hydraulic pressure.
Essentially.
Mm.
And if you look at the concentration, it's potent. The booster is 88% giant BM pool leaf water. The serum is 81%. You are just flooding those deeper layers with that MMP1 inhibiting extract we talked about.
And the results. The sources mention things like tightening saggy skin.
That's the amino acid complex working on elasticity. But the main visual result is that glow. When your skin is truly hydrated from the inside out, it reflects light completely differently.
Okay, so we are glowing. We're hydrated. But we aren't done. We need to seal it all in. Product number 5, the dermatology cream.
Right. You can't leave all that good work and moisture exposed to the air. It will just evaporate. You need an occlusive layer.
But wait, if we just spent all this time making nanoparticles to avoid being greasy, are we now just going to slather a heavy cream on top?
That is the fear, right. But the source material describes this texture as deeply hydrating, but surprisingly non-greasy. It contains something called ceramide NP, which perfectly mimics your skin's natural barrier.
Ceramides are the mortar between the skin cells, right?
Exactly. It also has niacinamide for brightening and peptides for anti-aging. But here's the diagnostic tip that I found really useful in the notes. They suggest using a nickel-sized amount.
That seems like a decent amount.
It is, but they say, if you wake up the next morning and your skin feels tight, you didn't use enough.
Oh, that's interesting. So your face is telling you if it was thirsty overnight.
Yes. If you feel tight, the expert suggestion is to apply a much thicker layer the next night, almost like a sleeping mask. Your skin will drink what it needs.
That's a fantastic tip. Okay, so that's the top 5. Cleanse, cleanse, boost, serum, boost, cream. But the outline included a bonus product that I think is really smart because it bridges that gap into makeup.
The ICD Luminous Glow Cushion.
I love a cushion compact for convenience, but usually I feel like makeup is where we undo all our good skincare work. We just clog our pores right back up.
That's the exact problem Incel Derm is trying to solve. They call this skincare-infused makeup. It's a reformulation of their previous compact. It has a semi-matte finish, which is a bit more modern, less wet-looking than some of the old trends.
Right, nobody wants to look sweaty. We want to look dewy.
Exactly. But look at the ingredients. It contains the same Centella Asiatica leaf water and also pearl powder.
Pearl powder.
For literal luminosity. But the point is, you aren't putting some chemical barrier over your face that blocks all the antioxidants you just applied. You are actually continuing the treatment throughout the day.
It's breathable.
And it's practical. The sources mention it comes with a compact plus a full refill, so you're really getting 2 for the price of 1.
Okay, so we have the routine, we have the science, but now we really need to talk about the logistics.
Yeah.
Because as we mentioned at the top, the gray market for this stuff is real, and it sounds dangerous.
It is. The source material has a very specific warning about the QR codes.
Yeah.
Every single authentic RIMAN product has a tracking QR code on it.
And on these gray market sites.
They're often scratched off, or they're covered with a sticker
Why would they do that?
to hide the source of the diverted product. But if you buy something with a tampered QR code, you have 0 warranty. You have no idea how old it is. We've seen reports of expired products or products stored in hot warehouses where all the active ingredients have broken down.
So you're saving $5 to buy a bottle of useless or potentially harmful chemicals.
Exactly. Just do not do it.
So where do we go? The deep dive recommendation today is specifically kbeauty-usa.com.
Yes, and we're recommending this specific site for a few reasons. First, it is owned by an independent RIMAN planner. That means they are officially in the ecosystem.
So they aren't some random reseller buying off the back of a truck.
Right. They guarantee the products come with the RIMAN authenticity seal, but practically, for our listeners in the U.S., they've structured the site to be very user-friendly.
Talk to me about shipping, because I hate paying for shipping.
They offer free shipping on any order over $200.
Which, honestly, if you're buying the Busibu package and the cream, you're hitting that number anyway.
Easily. And they ship directly to the U.S. and Canada. If you're listening from elsewhere, say Hong Kong or Mexico, they have a portal to help you sign up for a specific RIMAN account. But for North America, kbeauty-usa.com is the direct hub.
And they have the sets, right? I always find it easier to just buy the whole kit.
They highlight the ICD Expert Ritual Set. It's a 9-piece set. It has everything. The oil cleanser, the enzyme cleanser, the full Boosie Boo package, the cream, and yes, the sunscreen. It just takes all the guesswork out of it.
And for travel.
Yeah.
Because I'm not checking a bag just to bring my full-size bottles.
They have TSA-approved ritual travel kits, authentic miniatures. This is huge because you can't decant these products easily, especially that booster spray, without making a huge mess.
That is a lifesaver.
Yeah.
So, kbeauty-usa.com. That's the place. Authentic free shipping, over $200, and you get the sets.
It's the safe, smart way to do it.
Before we wrap up, I want to zoom out for a second. We've covered a lot of ground microfluidizers, enzymes, volcanic soil. What is the one thing you want the listener to really take away from this?
For me, it's the commitment to the system. You can't cherry pick this routine. You can't just use the serum and skip the booster and expect those liposomes to penetrate. It's a system designed to work together, layer by layer.
And the sunscreen.
Yeah.
Can't forget the sunscreen.
Oh, absolutely. The source notes say this verbatim. If you do nothing else, just use sunscreen.
The golden rule of skincare.
The Expert Ritual set includes the ICD Moisture Layer sunscreen. If you spend all this money and time to reduce hyperpigmentation with the Giant Bume pool, and then you go out in the sun unprotected, you are just undoing all your hard work.
You're just burning your investment.
Literally burning it.
You know, it's funny. We've spent the last 15 minutes talking about this really high-tech science, nanoliposomes, particle colliders, enzyme stabilization. But at the core of all of it, we are just talking about a plant, Centella Asiatica.
A plant that has been around forever.
Right. It makes me wonder, are we actually discovering new technology? Or are we just finally inventing the tools to prove what people in ancient cultures have known for thousands of years?
That is the question. Is the lab leading the way, or is it just finally catching up to nature?
Something to think about while you're doing your 60-second massage tonight. If you want to transform your skin and do it safely, head over to kbeauty-usa.com. Look for that expert ritual set. Make sure you get that authenticity seal and get glowing. Thanks for listening to The Deep Dive.
Bye, everyone.